Hobby Explorer found hundreds of tires dumped inside an abandoned warehouse. When he discovered the reason, he called the cops immediately. Mike Jensen never expected his weekend hobby to take such a dark turn. By day, he was a graphic designer in a quiet neighborhood in Oregon. But in his free time, Mike was a self-proclaimed urban explorer, someone who sought out abandoned places and documented their hidden histories, forgotten homes, collapsed theaters, rusting factories. He had filmed them all for his growing YouTube channel. It wasn't about the view, it was about the thrill, the mystery, the echo of human presence in places where time had stopped. So when he came across an old boarded-up warehouse on the edge of a remote industrial town, he knew he'd found his next story. The structure was massive, corrugated steel walls stained with rust, its roof partially caved in from years of neglect. No signage, no address, just emptiness. Mike parked his car a few blocks away, slung his backpack over his shoulder, and entered through a gap in the fencing. Inside, the warehouse smelled of dust and mold. Light filtered through broken windows and holes in the ceiling, casting jagged beams across the floor. He expected graffiti, broken glass, maybe old tools scattered around, but what he found instead made him pause. Tires, hundreds of, they were everywhere, stacked against walls, piled in the center, some tossed haphazardly as if dumped in a rush. Different brands, different sizes, all looking used but intact. The quantity was staggering. This wasn't a few spare tires left behind, it was intentional. Mike filmed slowly, narrating as he moved through the maze of rubber. "Looks like someone turned this place into a dumping ground," he said, his voice echoing slightly. "But this is overkill." Then something caught his eye. In the far corner of the warehouse, mostly hidden behind a row of tires, was a vehicle lift. A single dusty car was suspended about 3 feet off the ground. The lift looked modern, out of place in a building that hadn't seen electricity in years. His curiosity spiked. Mike approached one of the tires near the car, and knelt down to get a better shot. As he adjusted his lens, he noticed something strange. A fine, almost invisible seam running along the sidewall of one tire. It wasn't a manufacturing mark. It looked like a precise cut, surgical, almost. Then resealed perfectly. He set his camera down, and carefully pried at the seam with his pocket knife. The adhesive gave way with a faint pop, revealing a hollowed interior. Inside wasn't air, it was plastic wrap, and under that wrap, stacks of tightly compressed powder, sealed in plastic marked with faint black symbols. Mike didn't need a field kit to recognize what it was. Drugs. His heart raced. He looked around the warehouse again, suddenly seeing it in a new light. The tires weren't dumped. They were being used. Smuggling containers. Hundreds of them. Tires modified to look normal, but filled with narcotics. Hidden in plain sight. Ready to be shipped. The warehouse wasn't abandoned. It was a hub. Mike backed away, hands shaking. He grabbed his phone and called. "I'm inside a warehouse off Route 16. I think I've found something illegal. Really illegal." The dispatcher stayed on the line. Mike waited outside near the road until the first cruiser arrived, followed soon after by an unmarked black SUV. Police and DEA agents swept the site. Dogs were brought in. Tires were torn open. Inside each one, the same grim cargo. Later, officers would confirm it. A large-scale smuggling operation had been using tires to move narcotics between states. The warehouse was only one of many distribution points, but Mike's discovery had cracked open the entire ring. He was thanked quietly, and advised not to return to that part of town. He never uploaded the footage, not out of fear, but respect for how quickly an innocent adventure had turned into something dangerous, To this day, he still explores, but whenever he sees a tire, especially one left somewhere it doesn't belong, he pauses, because sometimes the things hidden inside the forgotten aren't lost to time, they're hidden on purpose.